everyone. I am AstridTheHorrorGirl, and I hope that y'all are ready for the most trepangular run of the marathon. I am joined by some amazing commentators here today. Please introduce yourselves.
Hello, I am BigScared. I'm a queer writercaster here on Twitch. I play a lot of scary games and I also speedrun a lot of scary games, and I'm just hyped to get trepangular with the homies today.
Hello, my name is Fina. I too am a queer variety caster here on Twitch. I do occasional speedruns of Fear, which is Proto-Trepang, and also Hollow Knight. And I am here for, again, the most trepangular of all runs. Astrid, kick it off.
Thank you. Yes, so Trepang is a fantastic game, and we're just gonna go and prepare to get started on the run. This is Trepang, also known as Trepang2, also known as Trepang2, also known as John Trepangus Rides Again, also known as The Adventures of Trepangular Johnny. And yeah, the time is going to start pretty soon here. I will count it down a little bit. The time will start when I click for the skip cutscene to happen. So that's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time. So I will let my commentary say what's going on now that I have handcuffs on and I'm walking around.
Yeah, Trepang2 here is set in a post-catastrophe future where a corporation called Horizon is really, really powerful, and they have scientific advances that put them in a privileged position over others, often through unethical means. So that's our setting. We play as subject number 106, but we call him John Trepangus because he's very trepangular. He doesn't really remember who he is or why he's here or what he's doing. But at the start of the game, we are a prisoner. They are going to try to unalive us for breaking out of our containment because we're not supposed to leave, but we got to figure out what's going on.
Indeed. The beginning of this run is always a minute and 40 seconds long before we get actual control and our true trepangulations actually start to occur. So once we get about that distance in, it's like, okay, we have everything under control. I actually have the game down patched because the game is literally 8 seconds faster down patched because this one little skip that you can do, where if you pick up the key to the handcuffs while you are crouched, it doesn't play this whole animation that happens of you like looking at this gun that you also pick up. So that's what this does. And now here we go.
Now, an astute viewer might notice that the full category title for this run is New Game Plus Cheats Mode, any % restricted, which is a mouthful. But what that means is that Astrid can use some cheats, but ultimately can't use any out-of-bounds tricks. This is all in-level platforming, and a couple cheats are enabled in the menu, and those were acquired by beating the game at certain difficulty levels. She currently has all of the cheats in unlocked, but they are not all strategic to use. We currently have Big Head Mode enabled, which is a strategy that Astrid herself brought to the table for this run. It makes the hitboxes a little bit bigger, and it makes shooting a little bit easier because this is a cover shooter, and the AI will hide behind cover. And their big heads don't fully hide, which is really cool. And speaking of cheats, there is the incentive for T-posing. Jay, if you really quickly would like to give us an update on that and how far we are from meeting that, that'd be great.
I'm so glad you asked. We are at 560 out of the 1,500 needed, so that means that we have, if I can do math, which is not my strong suit, less than 1,000 to go, y'all. We're over a third of the way there.
Excellent.
Now, Astrid, can that be enabled at any point during the run?
Yes, it can. The exception is when right before we start Horizon HQ, which is near the end, because you're kind of locked in. Once that level has started, you have to finish it with everything that you've got, pretty much. So most of the run, it's in.
You'll notice that Astrid is sliding everywhere. That is because sliding is actually the faster way to move instead of just running, but it costs stamina. Ordinarily, we would have to kill enemies in order to regain our stamina and our focus, which allows her to stay cloaked, but since we're cheating, we don't have to, and that's why we can just move through the entire run like this.
Yes. It changes the run into a very Mirror's Edge-esque kind of scenario when you can just kind of slide and bounce off of anything without any consequence to losing your stamina or anything like that. It is a lot of fun. And this game is as much about cover as it is about movement, which makes it fairly unique in my opinion. It is pretty cool in that sense. These little drones give you some story, and each sentence has to be skipped individually, so I just spam the skip button. And they give you some sort of like esoteric information about who you are. And each time your kind of like question marks go up until everything is revealed, and then they all make sense later.
You may have noticed as well earlier that Astrid did something that was called a kick jump. If you're running and then you jump, you can press your melee button to perform a double-footed kick, and whatever you hit launches you a little bit, but we can focus, which is basically bullet time, and when we use that with the slow-mo active, the launch goes incredibly farther than it really should. It's used in every single category to get you to places much sooner than you should be able to, or to go out of bounds entirely.
Yes. It is, it's a tricky thing to learn. Like, that's kind of like the hurdle to get over when you first start learning this run, is how to do the kick jump. But once you have it, it's so cool. It is very fun to just kind of like go, I don't feel like taking the stairs, and just trepang yourself off the ground and up above. What did John Trepangus want for Christmas? A trepangaline, of course.
I'm trying to figure out what part of speech trepang is, and I really, I'm still at all. Like, you can...
Yeah.
It's a verb, it's a noun, it's an adjective. It's all of the above.
Very much so. I trepang, you trepang, they have trepanged.
Mm-hmm. And they will trepang again.
Yes.
Is that a threat or a promise?
Yes.
Yes.
Is it also an adverb? Can we be trepangularly?
Absolutely.
Why not? Yeah.
We can also T-pose if we hit that incentive.
Yeah.
True. Do you think the T in T-pose stands for trepangular?
Now it does.
Oh, now it does. Yeah.
Yeah, I was literally about to say it does now.
Yeah, every game where you see an enemy T-posing, that just means they've become a little bit more trepangular than they were before.
Incredible.
That's all that means. Title drop. As you can see, it is trepang squared. That was the intended thing it was made to be called, but I don't know anyone who calls it that anymore, now that the Adventures of Trepangular Johnny has really taken off, you know? Mm-hmm. So we go back to our hub. Normally, when you're playing like New Game, there's a whole cutscene sequence, and you learn a little bit about this room that you're in. And also, you don't have anything unlocked here. But I do have everything unlocked here, and you can just take these onto the level whenever you want. So I grabbed a grenade launcher, I grabbed landmines, and I also grabbed what I will slowly transform on this level into this bolt gun that is called the Penetrator, which, going back to Fear, is Fear had a similar weapon that was also called that. So
Yes,
it really
the
is
HMV Penetrator.
Yeah, it's this game has often been called by fans of Fear as the spiritual successor to Fear, because the franchise hasn't really had any entries since, I think, like 2008, and us fans are happy that Trepang exists.
Very much so. We like to forget that Fethrir exists.
It's true. I don't know what Fethrir is, and it cannot hurt me.
We're stopping here. Get out! We have more helicopters coming in. They can't land.
By the way, as a quick update, chat has taken to using the verb trepang and the word trepang in all of its many forms. I've seen. Have we considered that the past tense of trepang is trepung?
Oh,
Wow.
that could be. The language of this world, it evolves. The more players that we get, and the more chat wishes it to, which is a beautiful thing.
Now, if we trepang in Discord, is it a treping?
Oh, that's a good point.
I missed the
you for that.
Trepang. Did you already Trepang?
Wow.
There's just so many uses.
So you may have
Now-
noticed. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go
Vic.
ahead. Go ahead.
You may have noticed at the end of the last level that we were rescued by a group of people that all had like blue lights on their helmets. That's how you can tell that they're our allies instead of the red that's everywhere. They call themselves the Syndicate, and they are led by somebody that is only known as the Director. Ooh, spooky, mysterious.
Yes.
She wants our help to take down Horizon completely, and since they were keeping us prisoner, we kind of have a reason for that. But partly because of their completely inhumane experiments, but also just for revenge. So we have gone with them to the Pandora Institute, which is one of their facilities here, and things are not exactly as they seem in the Institute.
Yep. We will be getting to what is actually going on in this institute pretty soon. At this point, this is kind of the first difficulty spike, is this courtyard fight. And this is actually a pretty good time for donations, Jaypeg, if you've got some.
I sure do. I have $6 from Negobiel, who says, first time donating from a foreign land, Brazil, to Frost Fatales. I'm amazed at all the races that have already taken place and those that are to come. I want to see those T-poses T-posing. Good luck for the run, Astrid. Go fast. We also have $25 from Red Queen Running that just says T-pose, T-pose, T-pose. As an update on that T-pose incentive, we have now passed the $600 mark. So thanks y'all so much for that. That means that we have less than, can I do math again? Less than 900 to go until we get to see some T-posing. So again, that offer for tongue twisters is absolutely open if you want to torture me with Trepang tongue twisters. I need some more T words.
You can do another one.
Cool beans, absolutely. I also have $45 from Adora Bibble that just says totally tripangular, and $50 from Anonymous. So thanks, y'all.
Awesome. So we are, our task here is to find Dr. Emerson. So we heard that Dr. Emerson is in the basement. So considering that nothing bad has ever happened in a basement in any video game where a secret laboratory has been conducting inhumane experiments, it should be a pretty straightforward job.
I got it.
Yeah.
According to the schematic. All right. Good luck.
Now, Astrid says this, but we have not mentioned a really important fact about her kit here. And it's the fact that the grenade launcher, while it is the more optimal weapon to use, has the potential to invoke physics. And if you know anything about these style of games, you know that physics can be incredible. And so sometimes the grenade launcher, in all of its power, will simply yeet an enemy out of bounds, where it cannot be killed. And so we need to hope here that everything stays within the bounds of the game. in
Yeah.
order to sufficiently progress forward.
That is coming up here soon, but first, we just gonna push the button here, and that will stop the security lockdown.
That's gonna be fine, right?
Well, I'm sure we can take care of that individual. We are John Trepangus after all. Oh dear.
I'm sure it's fine.
Could it be? Is it he?
Our beloved, the
Mothman.
Mothman.
Yes.
My beloved. Here comes the boy.
By the way, this is still Horror Block. This is a horror game. Hi. That's when the game lets you know, oh, by the way. This is a jiggly boy. When Mothman captures people, they turn into a jiggly boy, and that's not a joke. They're literally called this. That is literally the name that the developers have given this enemy, is the jiggly boys. That's literally what they're called. I do not joke.
Yeah, and one of the cheats that could potentially be enabled is for every single enemy in the game, upon death, to respawn as a jiggly boy, thus forcing you to kill them twice. That's how much the devs love these enemies.
Yes.
So, just on that note, I'm just thinking out loud here. Mothman and the Jiggly Boys sounds like a really good band name. So
Yes.
I'm gonna throw out that y'all, if you can throw in some donations from maybe some songs that Mothman and the Jiggly Boys will be releasing on their first album, please do so, because I definitely also want to see that T-posing enemies incentive get met for this one. We are at 610 out of 1500.
Thank you for
I
the
can't wait
update.
to hear some of the unhinged things chat can come up with.
Please do.
Okay, nobody flew out of bounds with that grenade barrage. I'm so happy about that.
Imagine having a weapon so powerful it can push things through physical walls.
Yes. All right, jump scare coming up, everyone. And it's Mothman.
Bestie!
Oh,
They
he's
just
hugging.
popped by to say happy fatales.
Indeed,
Mothman,
happy
known Fatal
fatales.
supporter.
Oop. Hey, gotta do a little mad dash. You like slowly lose health as you're in this like toxic room, so it behooves you to go fast, not only because we're speedrunning, but also because lose health. And unfortunately, there's Dr. Emerson.
No.
It's very unfortunate. But we do find something on his body.
What did
Yes. A coin.
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't realize this was a Mario sequel as well.
I was gonna say it's a D&D game, and we're looting now. You gotta loot after your fights.
I was just modding the gun there. It was the other gun to turn it into the penetrator and to put a scope on it. Did that specifically for exactly one fight that will happen in this run, because it is the ideal weapon to use it for. But that's a ways off, but they give you an opportunity right there, and there's no way to progress for a little bit, so might as well equip everything there.
That coin that you collected, though. There was one on the person that broke us out of the original Horizon facility, correct?
Yes.
So we're collecting them from people that are supposed to be helping us?
Interesting, isn't it?
That sounds like foreshadowing.
That sounds like
Does.
lore.
That sounds like lore. You know what isn't lore? The technique that Astrid just used to yeet those jiggly boys into the reactor.
Yes.
Because let me tell you, the way she does this is immaculate. It is not an easy trick. She slide kicks into them, comes out on a slide into a grab, and then yeets them in one fluid motion. Oh, it's beautiful. Well done.
Well, thank you.
And you have to do it 4 times in a row. You didn't even miss.
Yeah, effortless. Now, Mothman here is something else. You can't slide kick them. You have to consistently and constantly shoot him with grenades. Otherwise, he will come at you and actually pose more of a threat. In this state, he's a bit stun-locked, and we're just sort of hanging out waiting for the elevator to open up behind us. It saves about 2 seconds to stand here and shoot him, as opposed to hopping onto some geometry above the door frame where he wouldn't be able to hit you otherwise.
While I have him stun locked, we have an elevator trip coming up. We have time for a donation, Jaypeg.
Absolutely. I was just about to ask that. As an update, we are at 670 now out of 1,500 towards that T-posing enemies. And by the way, y'all, while yes, that one is open while we are doing this run, we do have to complete this one before the run is over. I believe, Astrid, tell me if I'm wrong, it's about 40 minutes into the run. So
yeah,
we
about
only
40
have,
minutes in.
Yeah, so we only have about 20 minutes to go right now, y'all. And we still have a little bit to go on this incentive. I really do want to see those T-poses. On that note, though, we do have some wonderful donations coming in with that. We have $5 from Liliath that says, the 3 words that best describe you are as follows, and I quote, Trepang, Trepang, Trepung. I'm loving this run so far and all its exciting conjugations. Thank you so much for the How the Grinch Stole Christmas reference in there. I love that. $25 from Lilac Fishy that says, Mothman and the Jiggly Boys' first album is called Late Night Trepangulations. Thank you for that. Do we have time for one more?
Well, first I have to slay my friends.
Valid. That's okay.
They want to talk to me, and that slows down the run. I cannot have that. And I had to destroy Mothman with a grenade launcher. But
like
now we
this.
can have more.
It's so cathartic, though.
It is, because normally that boss fight is extremely difficult, but grenade launcher just kind of melts him.
All right, perfect. On that note, we do have $25 from Bardic Feline that says, to be completely honest, I have no idea what a trepang is, and at this point, I'm afraid to ask. Instead, I will just donate to enable T-posing to establish dominance. That way, no one will question my lack of trepang knowledge. A perfect plan. A perfect plan indeed, because guess what? While you are donating towards that T-posing, you are also donating towards our milestone incentive of Sonic Adventure DX. So by asserting dominance, this is like a 2-for-1 on asserting dominance with T-posing, because you are asserting dominance over this incentive and another one at the same time. This is economical. This is bang for your buck, y'all.
It also, when you activate T-posing, it literally says the description of the cheat is enemies T-pose to assert dominance.
Perfect.
They know what they're about.
Mm-hmm. Now it is on to Jorvik Castle.
Yes, Jorvik Castle's an interesting place because it is owned by a cult who worships someone literally called the Patriarch. And we're not going to get to see it, but the Patriarch has one of those fancy bronze medal on them. You know, the ones that all of our friends do. So he's someone to keep an eye on while we're here. You'll notice also here in the courtyard, Astrid is using a lot of kick jumping into grenade strats as well as strategic mine placement. Fina, do you want to talk about what that's doing?
Yeah, so in this section, there are a whole bunch of enemies that are going to come out from every single one of these entrances that she's throwing the mines in front of. There are a few areas where we don't want to pile up a massive amount of mines because it can kind of crash your game. This is not one of them. We want to defeat these enemies with extreme prejudice as fast as possible, and the mines will help us to do that. But the kick jumping is just for economy of motion. So we'll throw down a smoke grenade, let our allies know that it's all clear for them to come down, and we'll throw even more mines around.
Yeah, I know, as Fina said, I know in general the routes that they take and where enemies often end up. So I'm just trying to basically get ahead of the curve, and hopefully when I return, I have a lot less enemies to dispatch.
Because this is a fear-like, the enemy AI is incredibly robust. It's responsive to you. And so while they have a consistent spawn point, their pathing is variable, and it will absolutely shift between runs.
Very much so. Those mine placements are my hopes that they will do as, like, follow the path that I hope that they follow. But they might not. And in which case I will still have to personally deal with them.
The amount of mines used in this level in particular is absolutely staggering.
It's true.
My favorite trick in the whole run is going to come later, and it involves a veritable stack of those mines. And I do mean a stack.
Yeah, you'll see it. It's my favorite setup for speed tech in any game I've ever run.
As much as I love the trick, I love the name of that enemy even more.
You know what I love?
Flesh Golem just has a beautiful roll.
What do you love?
I love the fact that we are now at $845 out of $1,500 in terms of the T-posing enemies. So we have gotten way over the halfway mark, and we have less than, if I can do this right, is it less than 700 to go? Yes, it is.
We're doing it,
You're
y'all.
so close.
Excellent.
You're absolutely right, too, Beg.
While we are talking about it, you got a little bit of time for some donos, Jaypeg?
Oh, for sure. In fact, I have one that is a full set list of the album by Mothman and the Jiggly Boys. So $30 from Problem Badger. Top tracks from Mothman and the Jiggly Boys, as given by Chat TPG. But TPG in this stands for Trepang. Again, it's just a different way of abbreviating Trepang. So 1, we have Night Flight of the Mothman. 2, The Jiggle Jive. 3, Fluttering Shadows. 4, Moonlit Grove. I assume that one's a love song. 5, Wings of Rhythm. 6, Dance of the Jiggly Boys. 7, Nocturnal Serenade. 8, Twilight Tango. 9, Insect Funk. And 10, Glowing Beat. So those are wonderful. We also have $5 from Kata that would like to add on to that a song name called Trepangle, Trepungle, Trepigly in the Jungle.
Yes.
So
love
I'm really thrilled that we're doing this.
Yes. Same.
I also have $5 from Dijon Ketchup that says Trepang was my favorite character in Boy Meets World. Oh my goodness. Am I good to keep going?
We can do one more.
Okay, perfect. Because I do have $10 from Anonymous that says Trepang and then a smiley face.
Excellent. All right, so we defeated the Enforcer, so there are very few things to impede us now on our path to destroying the Patriarch. As you can see with those explosions of jelly and jam, they have fallen for some of my mines, some of them. That was the last person. So right now I am waiting for this helicopter to drop a package. There it goes. And now I can just start shooting it. This is one sturdy helicopter, but it's dropping some people down for us to fight. Might as well not have that happen.
Helicopter's made of vibranium.
The reason we let that package drop is because what's better than one grenade launcher? 2 grenade launchers.
Oh, baby, we're cooking with gas now.
Now we're really Trepanging.
Take care. We'll watch over the courtyard.
All right, so now we are off to a little section of just doing a whole bunch of slippy sliding. And right now we're looking for Spectre 3, and it's not looking good for them. There's a trail of bodies leading up to this point here. What we have to do is try to find 5 different bodies, and once we have done that, the game is like, okay, you're good. You know that they're all dead. And now I'm waiting for this one to ping this was the person they were supposed to bring to us. And then the director is going to be like, well, can you find their helmet? I know where the helmet is. It's right here. So I just have to wait for the director to ask for us to find the helmet, and then we can continue.
So, Astrid, one thing that we didn't talk about in this level is your favorite voice line in this whole game is in this level from the cultists.
The cultists have the best quotes in this game. They say a whole bunch of culty things, but my favorite one is when they're reloading, they go, "My holy weapon is empty." It's fantastic.
Oh! Can I give a quick update?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, so we are at 875 out of the 1,500 needed, and we have just a little over like 10 minutes left to hit this, y'all. So here's what I'm thinking. Maybe a totally trepangular $5 dono train starting in... at the 30-minute mark. I know we're like nearing there right now, but I do have something to start off that $5 donation train if we want to kick that in gear, which is $5 from Tozzle, which says, "A message to keep you on your toes. Please don't let that incentive close. It would be a good laugh to watch Astrid cut enemies in half, all the while they're in T-pose."
Incredible.
I love some Trepang-related limericks. That is some true artisanal donations.
It is.
Gamers, it's time.
You remember what I told you about a stack of mines?
Astrid is building a wall.
I am. This is my favorite skip to set up in any game. It's just so satisfying. We are building a wall of landmines here because there is a boss that is going to come through the doors ahead. And this is just kind of a present heralding their arrival.
Now, this trick here with the flesh golem boss is only possible in this category because normally you can only have 5 mines at a time. And there is a very specific place where Astrid places her barricade of mines. If you go a little too far, it just does not work. And that was beautifully done. You had the right height on it. He died immediately. The door opened. Just chef kiss.
So it's true.
Yep, and there went the flesh golem. This is the patriarch, by the way. We're gonna fight him a little bit later.
I caught somebody in chat saying, "She's gonna trepang." Just like, he's gonna morb. And my heart has never been fuller.
True.
Chat, if you would like to trepang, please donate.
Yes, please. I also saw a chant for come on ride the Trepang train, which I'm trying to put to like the come on ride the train, but it's not coming
Trepang
yet. Good Trepang it. There you go. Thank you. It was right there.
This injection in New Game would give you the ability to dual wield all weapons, but we're in New Game Plus, so we're already doing that. There goes the patriarch. Here come his allies stepping on my mines.
Cool.
The autosave means these dudes are about to appear down here. Hi, everyone. All right, when they die, these enemies spawn. And now these enemies are spawning. And now these enemies are spawning.
By the way, I'm seeing those that train start rolling. We are at 940 out of 1,500 now.
Oh,
That's incredible.
Trepang choo-choo!
Yes.
Only chance.
We have time for one donation.
Get to that monument before the next
Absolutely. We have $10 from Jared that says, song title, Ding Dong Dang, Trepang That Thang.
Perfect. So we have this slow descent of the monument. And these dudes are kind of fighting around us. Hopefully we get some fun animations because physics are strange when bodies fall in here. Like we have an arm. I don't know what happened there. But
His name is Rusty? No, Rusty!
Would you say
It is
that the
tragic.
physics of this elevator are trepangular?
I would say that. Upcoming now, we have the hardest skip in the game, so I'm gonna do my best to get it. It is a kick jump to save a good amount of time, double kick jump actually, but let's go for it.
Oh, she got it in one.
Beautiful.
Gaming. I held my breath for that.
It's not over.
And
the
there
second
it is.
gaming.
Got the second one.
All right. Excellent.
Jonathan Trepangus is back, baby. We're
We
so here.
trepangin'.
She's gonna trepang.
All right, now on to the Patriarch fight. This is literally the fight that I got the penetrator weapon for. This makes the fight go faster, and it can make it go super fast. Basically, we just pull off those headshots there, and that will put the second wave of the fight all ready to go. Once we kill enough of these dudes, he's gonna appear again.
Beware of old men.
Oh,
In a profession where men die.
he's sneaky and goes really fast.
It's immensely satisfying seeing his big old stupid head wobbling around whenever you hit him with
Yeah.
the penetrator.
It's very true. Oh, there's the flesh golem from before. There's multiple flesh golems, you see. We just kind of want to... Oh, there we go. But we're only here for the Patriarch, and that is the Patriarch fight. We are going to skip the cutscene that shows that he drops one of those coins, and also his last words are, "Break the cycle." We don't know what that means yet.
It's the Stand album, right?
Yes.
That's true. Do we have time for a couple quick donations?
Yes, we
And
do.
Some updates? Absolutely. We are at 960 out of that 1,500. That means that we are like just over 500. So 540 to go until we get T-posing. And we have 5 minutes left on this one, y'all. I know you can do it. And speaking of fives, remember, there's a $5 donation train going on. And we have $50 from Needlekind that says 10 Trepang train tickets. So thank you for buying those Trepang train tickets in bulk. You've bought a whole stack of them. And also $25 from Needlekind that says trepangulate on the T-pose. Stat!
Y'all are
I don't
doing so
know
well with
if
this
it's...
incentive.
I don't know if it's faster to kill these dudes here, but I did it.
Getting spotty down there.
It can't hurt.
It cannot hurt. The reason that I kill my friends there, theorized, they come with me for a while and they're kind of in the way, and I can knock them out of the way by sliding into them, but they still might get into like in the middle of doors or something that I have to open. So I'm just like, I don't need to deal with that. I'm sorry, friends. I'm trying to go fast. This is Site 83, which is the horror level, if there was a horror level in this game.
Yes. We mentioned earlier that the Syndicate and the director are known for their shady business practice. In particular, their inhumane experiments on people and also other things. So we're going to see some of that here. There is a lot of body horror in this level, so please take care of yourself if you're squeamish and that sort of stuff. But this is also the stage where we find out that we are doing paranormal research as well. And additionally, research into strange and mystical artifacts. So all of the horror tropes, they're here. This is a smorgasbord, and I hope you're ready to feast.
Extra dimensional beings, ghosts, SCPs, you name it.
We will also be taking a trip into a very notorious location. You'll know it when we get there.
Oh yeah, and that voice just told us, movement detected in the laundry room, speed 600 kilometers an hour. Please don't run. No running in the halls.
600
Runs at
kilometers
600
per hour.
kilometers.
Are they talking about your speed run? You're blasting through this.
I mean, when you Trepang this well, how fast do you think that actually goes?
You know, that's fair. I've never done the trepangulations to fully understand.
Speaking of blasting through, we have gotten over the $1,000 mark towards that incentive, y'all. 1,035 out of 1,500. We are in like the last 2 minutes of this right now, y'all. But that train is still rolling. Just a quick update: you can totally do this. Y'all just got a Trepang on him. You just got a
true.
Trepang on him.
Jump scare coming up. There you go. Our mask is broken. There's a note that says if you're not wearing a mask, you could suffer from hallucinations. So, yeah, there's that.
It also says don't run, but I don't think we're going to listen to that one either.
Well, for right here we will. Just for this part, though. That's it.
As a treat.
The smoke monster you see from the hit television show Lost cannot see us, can only hear us. So we're just crouching until we get to this door. All right, we're good.
Now, fun fact, you may not know this, but that smoke creature right there is the connection between Astrid's 2 runs in the schedule, because you will see a similar creature in her Dementium 2 run later on in the marathon.
Oh, where have we gone? Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Chad, are you familiar with this place? Do you know what it is?
I think the only way out of this location is to buy a $5 train ticket to the Trepang universe and out of these back rooms.
Trepangulate yourself and your coordinates in these back rooms.
Speaking of trepangular train trickets, we are now at just a little bit over 300. So we have 1,160 towards that $1,500 incentive. Y'all are you are trepanging on them right now. You believe in the magic of Trepang, and I believe in you, chat.
All right, we got a little sequence break here. I'm just gonna try to kick, crouch, jump over this. Slow my momentum. That didn't work, unfortunately, but that's okay. I can still kick, crouch, jump over that. Normally, you have to go all the way up to the stairs, pull some lever, get the elevator down, and then the elevator doesn't come down all the way. You activate some other enemies, but then you can go down the way that you're intended. So ultimately, you have to go in that shaft anyways. We were just kind of like fast forwarding with that little sequence break. And now we're back in the back rooms. This little area that's in the dark, if you look any other way but the direction I was looking, the room starts to change on you. So that was why I look specifically straight right there. It's a little creepy part.
So Horizon's been exploring this place, and they've sent in people with like 2 weeks of supplies at a time, and they just haven't come back. So it's amazing that we've managed to get ourselves out so fast. Truly, Astrid is trepanging all over the place.
Oh, we knew he'd be alive.
It is true. This doesn't look like it's going to save time, but I am going to these areas that it would normally direct me to go into later. I'm going there first because it will spawn enemies in once I go there. I'm just doing it before the game suggests that I do it, basically. And here come these enemies on the most unfortunate elevator ride of their life. All right.
Now, it would not be a horror game without obtuse trigger hunting.
That is true. We basically have until I start the level after this for the incentive, so we still have time. We still have time for T-posing enemies. Don't worry.
Y'all, and we just hit 1,200 out of 1,500 right when you said that. So y'all,
Perfect.
300 to go. You are absolutely trepanging on them. You are knocking this out of the park. Speaking of that, we do have $25 from Anonymous saying, "Hey, I'm trepanging here." And $25 from Satan herself, who says, Trepang, more like Trepog. Astrid, you're absolutely killing it. Literally sometimes. Choo-choo. Y'all,
thank you.
This Trepang train is absolutely still, it is rolling along the tracks. Thank you so much.
All right, only one more elevator to catch.
Y'all got this.
Can y'all imagine the power of invoking Trepangular Johnny in such a way that forces the final boss to T-pose, not in an assertion of dominance for them, but in an assertion of dominance for us? I hope we can get there.
I know we can, y'all. You are Trepanging all over the place in chat and in the donations right now. $10 from Kat saying Trepang on him. Yeah, we are Trepanging on him.
Perfect. All right, we pull this lever to blast this artifact. Uh-oh. And once we do that, we black out a little, but we awaken beside a giant crater that used to be that whole facility.
Oh.
Gaming.
Yes.
Holy shit. I have eyes on 106.
Sheesh!
All right, this is going to be entering last call for donos here for the stuff.
Yo. 1,300 out of 1,500. You are so close right now. We are so darn close. And you are doing great.
Soon. All right.
Oh, guess what?
Did it happen?
We did it. Yeah.
Yes.
Let's go. We Trepanged them. Yeah.
Perfect.
We're
And
gonna
now-
hit the Trepangular style.
Perfect. The time has come. We are.
Let's go.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's go. Everyone, I hope that you enjoy seeing the rest of the enemies in this game just absolutely T-posing here.
Now, the question, gamers, that I want you to ask yourself is, if they're T-posing, are they still going to shoot us?
The answer is yes.
Yes. Yes. Keep an eye on those fingies. They're doing
there
some
it is.
magic.
You've heard of jazz hands. Now get ready for
Yes.
whatever this is.
I'm going to let these dudes come out just a little bit to behold this.
It's perfect.
They are truly Trepangular.
Oh, this is so worth it, y'all. Thank you so much.
Please let us see more.
There will be more. There will be so much more.
Oh,
I'm in Trepangular tears right now.
The last level is also the best level to have it on because it's like close quarters and you have to get close to them to dispatch them. It's going to be so good.
Oh Lord, they posing. This is amazing.
All right, I'm switching to the not grenade launcher gun because we're actually going to do a weapon change at the end here. One more weapon change for this here, which is a little portable minigun. We need it to perform one specific skip later. So now we have it. We will be using it at the end of this level. They're so good.
It has no right to be as good as it is.
Taking hip fire literally because that's where their
Yes.
weapon is.
Yeah, that zigzag.
I'm dead. This is so good.
It really speaks for itself. It trepangs for itself.
Area clear.
They're just standing there waiting for me.
Menacingly.
Little jump kick here.
So this is our final level, right, Astrid?
There is a little bit after this, because there is an epilogue level to do.
Well, we're in the HQ though, right? And
Yes.
so that means that we're going to go and confront Anton Lazar himself, the leader of Horizon.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what we're here to do, right?
Well, kind of. We're actually here to do a really cool skit where we shoot something kind of off screen. I will let y'all explain how that works, because I do gotta focus a little bit for it.
Yes.
Big, you want to explain?
So, normally, in a casual playthrough, what Astrid would be doing here is going around the map, fighting waves of enemies, and shooting very large brains that are in these tubes that remind me of Zordon from Power Rangers, right? Like, it's a massive brain in a large, sort of semi-clear tube, and it'll pop up, and it'll have shielded armor on it, and there's opportunities where you can fight it. But what she's doing here is she is firing in a precise location off the map where they are stored. And so she's actually dispatching these giant menacing brains, there's one right there, before they even spawn in, before the enemies can stop her, and thus she's getting this fight done before it even begins.
Yeah, that saves about 4 minutes doing that.
That is amazing.
This part's pretty gory. We just plunged Anton Lazar into absolute jam, absolute jello. Oh, there goes our friends.
Yeah, our friends T-pose as well.
Everybody's T-posing, y'all.
Well,
Listen,
nothing
they're
to do but to come home and kick back and relax after a job well done.
So what we didn't see there is Anton Lazar actually has one of those coins, right?
Yes, that cutscene actually happens here as we're taking a bit of a nap. The director has said it's time for us to retire, so I guess we're doing that. So this cutscene explains the whole story, basically, everything that's going on. Y'all can talk about that.
Yeah, the syndicate is done with us, Trepang it all around. And they said that our time is done. And so the cutscene that we skip here, it reveals that John Trepangus is the 106th clone that the syndicate had made to do Trepang things. And they plan to dispatch us like they have done the other 105 clones that precede us. But here's the twist. All the bosses we fought, including the Horizon CEO, they're all clones that refuse to die after they outlive their usefulness, and were therefore fugitives that we were told to hunt down and execute. And so all of those people that were unalived, that's kind of our fault too. And they expected us to roll over with them. But we're just too trepangular, and so we're not going to go down without a fight.
Indeed. So now they're upset that we are refusing to die. So it's our turn to destroy the facility. There is a self-destruct in here for this whole facility that will destroy their entire operation. And we are on our way to do it. It is literally just a nuclear weapon with a go button, pretty much. So
when our friends were T-posing as well, it should have been an indicator that they're not actually our friends, huh?
Yes.
The foreshadowing. Incredible.
Oh, here they come, sliding in.
So many of them.
It's so good.
And now we have to fight the next one that was supposed to surpass us.
It's our dominance.
Oh,
Get him.
yeah?
So this is 107, yet another clone that was sent to do trepangular things, specifically dispatch us in a manner that is similar to what we were sent to do at the start of the game. He's got friends who used to be our friends, and as you can see, they're so powerful. They're dominant, and they're just doing their best to make jam for us.
Horizon has learned nothing from Umbrella in that you don't send a super weapon to destroy a super weapon.
Oh my goodness, I love the T-posing so much.
So good.
It's such a gift.
Thank you everyone for reaching that incentive. It's incredible. All right, and we have final boss battle. Where are you, 107? Oh no. Oh, there you are. I like how his sword just stands there.
Look at him go.
They say in speedrunning that you've got to go slow to go fast. So we're going to watch a couple of guys jump down here.
Oh, this is
my.
good.
There is a strategic reason why Astrid's letting these enemies drop down. It's because if you kill the mother up top, the other
Time is
enemies
coming
will
up
see that and
real
hold their
quick.
ground.
Once I kill 107, time is there. So time is coming up now.
Let's go.
There it is.
Excellent job, Astrid. GG.
Thank you.
You see, you just trepang so hard this man exploded.
It's true. Couldn't handle my trepangular moves. So, as you can see, those are all like after 107, 108, 109. The cycle would never continue. And now we know what it meant when that one of the other clones, when they were dying, said break the cycle. And so that is what we are clawing over to do, is to push the big nuke button. And so the game ends pretty much exactly like Fear ends, with an explosion.
I like that we used the hand that got cut off too, or like the stump to hit
Yes.
the button.
Very much so. But yeah, that is the run. That is Trepang2, Trepang Squared. John Trepangus rides again, The Adventures of Trepangular Johnny. Thank you, Fatales, for letting me bring this Trepangular run over to the event. I really appreciate it. I'm grateful for the opportunity, and thank you for supporting this incredible organization that we are funding, Women's Law Center. It's really incredible. Thank you so much. And also thank you so much to my people who are doing commentary. BigScared, Fina, thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.